a massive edge over Dignitas.
There's no denying that. We are all ready, and we're going into this map very short. So obviously it's Dawnbreaker. This is as someone who has a little bit of a passion for Dawnbreaker, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this map has some very interesting things. There's
Dynamics, love it.
Yeah, there's a boost that'll happen at a part of the map where they'll spawn on top, so they can get as quick as possible into the B flag. So you'll see that at the beginning of the game.
Okay.
And yeah.
Whoa! Studio Sneeze! Watching you live by ESL UK.
I was just talking there, and I was just like, I wonder if I could finish this sentence before I sneeze. And then I just know someone can. I was just like, I can't get away with it.
You just committed.
Yeah, I'm fully committed to the sneeze.
That was impressive.
I went straight into it.
Yeah, so far at the ESL UK studio, other than Battlefield, we've had birthday cake, nuts on cake, sneezing. We've had it all here.
Behind the scene.
Behind the scene. You've seen it all. You have seen it all.
Pizza.
And that's only because of the breaks. So, you know, we give and take with the same hand right now at ESL UK.
Yeah, Dignitas here. They're going to be playing the harder side. This is definitely not what you want when you're already up against it. You're one map down in this best of 3. Yeah. And you probably want to at least have an easier side to get over the fact that you just got thumped really hard. But no rest for the wicked, and this is going to be very difficult.
Look at this boost. You were saying it was going to happen, and it has. Giggly's going to be the man given the lift. And he's going to be allowed to glide in towards this site. And wow, let's have a little look where everyone else is heading then. It's going to be a battle at B. One going towards the A site, one to the C. And this is where it's happening. Mark's going to be picking up one. And then this is really just a numbers game right now. Who can outlast the other? Right now it's looking all to be coming up, all infused, as Bambi's doing some serious work with the ACW, as he's going to be making his way straight up towards that A site to contest and apply some pressure. Not going to happen. He's been destroyed on his travels. But right now, of course, Infused starting as they mean to go on. Yeah,
and that's the best start you can get, really. B is going to be a very critical flag, and also you can see Revo holding up the heaven position. Rocket launcher's already coming in quite early to try and dislodge that, but man, look at how infused they're around that B flag. So many players, and they're just running rings around Dignitas, calling correctly, and just catching them unaware all the time.
Yeah, we see Sneaky and Jerk doing work for Dignitas, but this defensive play is it's not going to be easy to attack on B. It should be, but Enkel is making it difficult. Yeah,
definitely. And he's far forward. He knows he's the killing machine for Infused, and that's why he's
he alone is stopping 5 Dignitas members from getting on that site. You just saw the 5 kind of hesitant Dignitas people encircled around him. Finally, he goes down, and as a cause of that, we do see some Dignitas players on that flag.
Yeah, finally did get the bleed off their back, but it's just not looking good at all. They're constantly being pressured, and Infused are breaking in everywhere.
They certainly are. Look at this. We're going to see a little 2v2 on A site. I'm excited. Let's just see how Bambi plays it. He's going to be kind of stealthing his way through. Oh, he's seen some heads. Who's going to take him down first? He doesn't quite land the bullets he needs to. He's going to be progressing around, looking to meet one. Who is it going to be? It was Jerk, but Jerk has been neutralized, and now that's a 2v1 numbers game on towards this A site. Squad spawn has made it a little bit more close, but I think it's Enkel actually who's going to be trying to capture if he can just handle the wall. And he does.
If he can get over the wall, he might get this flag.
He was giving it a go.
That's his only challenge.
And there we go. Yet again, the bleed begins, and Dignitas start looking a little bit shakier.
Yeah, well, the wall's probably giving them a little bit more resistance than Dig are right now. They're just getting smashed in the middle of the map. And just look at, you see on the tabletop here, yeah. They are all clustering in the same place, and that's
look
what
at
they
those
did
corpses.
wrong in the last one.
4 Dignitas corpses lying in the room.
Another wipe. There's no one on the board. They're only spawning in now, and they're so far away from any flag to capture. Yeah. This is just looking like this could be a runaway Infused game.
It certainly does. 4 players just spawning at that C site, and I promise you, and I have no actual idea, I feel like their TeamSpeak is silent right now. They are just sat there. It's either that or they're all shouting at each other, because Dignitas are a team, or I know Mark as a player is someone who will not be hesitant to express their opinion. So right now I feel like I do. I feel like Dignitas has, look at them, the 4-man wipe. Look at the B5. Sneaky's going to go down as well. It's a 5-man wipe.
Yeah, and
what's their answer to this?
Their answer is need to kill Infused a lot because they're not doing that at all right now. They've had no success in any of these pushes, and
is that what I think it is?
What, rocket launcher or a sniper
I
rifle?
think it might be a rocket launcher.
I was about to say, if someone's pulled out a sniper rifle already, it might be
Taunting them.
just a bit. Sniper rifles in Battlefield are basically like just firing marshmallows at distance. It does nothing at all. And Diggy just being contained at sea, and you know, this is just nasty right now.
I feel
Infused is playing.
Yeah, I feel really bad. But look at Infused positioning. Look at this. You've got this kind of line. The wall is real. Look at that. A complete straight line of defensive players. And right now, Infused are meeting nothing but death.
Yep, and Digger trying to break through, and finally they get through, and they're going to go towards A, but they lost like 4 people on that push alone, and Infused are already rotating correctly to defend it. And finally, Sneaky works out, but they're probably overcommitting to A, and now he's going to sneak a cap at B. But is he? Is he just going back because he's more worried about C? Digger's just been completely outplayed.
They have been. The numbers game, they charged, they threw they did the right move heading towards A, I feel, but there was no kind of punishment. There was absolutely nothing. Infused just defended it, laughed at them, and B wasn't even taken at all. Finally, they've woken up. But by that time, Phantom's there, and Phantom's defended it single-handedly, taking really the job that was Enkel. Enkel was doing it beautifully earlier. Now Phantom's just showing that Enkel wasn't the only one who can single-handedly defend this size. He gets another one, finally goes down to Mark. But that might be a little too late, especially now with the Infused spawns coming in towards this B site.
Yeah, Infused might get a bit cocky here, because does look like Digger are going to get a trip cap here, and it's only down to Bambi, but this hasn't happened yet. NBC not having the greatest of games, but managing to do what he could there, buying some time for Dig, but with that upper balcony control from Fandom, they can get on that B flag whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, and now Jerk's going to meet some trouble at C. His teammates are kind of giving most of their love towards that A site, and now Jerk, well aware of what might just be coming in towards him, he's going to try and get some nades out towards them. In the meantime, though, look at that. Was 4 players towards that A site. Is this the right move, as only 2 players from Infused look to be doing it with ease?
Oh, at this
look
point,
at this.
They need to do anything to get some kills.
There you go. Mark's woken up, does get one, gets the revive as well. This could be good news as the numbers start stacking up yet again on this A site for Dignitas. They need this one right now. Need to hold it. A and C is not an easy couple to hold, but if they can, it's they need to stop the bleed, or keep the bleed going, really, against Infused.
And there you go, that's almost a complete wipe in Infused. The only thing that's keeping Infused in the game is that they've always got someone on that upper balcony, or Heaven, and that's the one that's overlooking the B flag, and that is Revo. There's a big spawn from Infused as well, right between the C and B flags, and this is going to catch Mark completely unaware, probably unable to realise that they can spawn like right behind them. And with that, there you go, B goes over to Infused, and at the same time, C is being capped over as well. But you know what, ticket-wise, even though this is very much in Infused's favour, they're starting to get a little sloppy, and Dig are starting to make a bit of an impact on their assaults now.
They certainly are. I'm having a little look at just Confused positioning, and it feels like they might just be out of touch right now. Dignitas certainly in the driving seat as they do secure A and B. It's what they wanted from the start, really, and they finally got what they wanted. It's time to see really exactly how they can hold on to them right now. NVC on the defensive. Got nice positioning. Doesn't want to go down to those grenades just yet, though. In the meantime, there's going to be a 1v1 on C, but the numbers are really charging towards this A site. And if Dignitas can successfully defend, these tickets will level out.
Yeah, and while this is going on, a one-on-one between Hadouken and Giggly, 2 very solid players for both of their respective teams, and it goes Dig's way. And this could be a trip cap.
I can't believe it. This has been all Infused. It's been coming up Infused since the very start, and right now, this is the second triple cap for Dignitas, and they could level out these tickets.
Yeah, but they decided to give up on that push. Hey, or did they? They're still committing to it.
There's still numbers around there, but they are all falling. It's 4 Infused versus now 1, and he's going to be going down very shortly. And
more importantly, losing out of C as well, which is where it's worrying. And we might be seeing a trip cap in response from Infused here, as Dig are just starting to get massacred in the middle of the map. I don't even know how Sneaky died there. I think Enkel got the last word in that melee in the middle, and all of a sudden Infused with a trip cap.
Certainly are, and it's just a complete turnaround. I do love just how quickly games can switch and change hands, and especially with these flags we see now on that A site. Dignitas taking it back, but I wonder for how long, especially with Bambi on the way down the street.
Yeah, it's just been Infused pressure whenever they whenever they're on the back foot, and they just seem to get the kills. And right now, Infused pressuring that A flag while stalling Dignitas' offense on B. So great work for them.
Yeah, and now it's kind of Dignitas turning their affection and attention to that B site, as now there are numbers starting to favour Dignitas. I wonder exactly what Revo can do to defend it, because he's been too far away. Distance is not favouring him right now, as the nades are starting to fly out, but I don't think that's going to be enough, unless, of course, Dignitas position themselves poorly. Meanwhile, though, look at that C site. Yet again, we see a 1v1. This time, sorry, it was a 2v1, and Infused numbers favouring them take that C site back. So now 95 to 51. Dignitas are still at that disadvantage, and I think really they want to be looking at that triple cap again.
Yeah, they need to be very careful at this point. They just need to find a way to hold the flag a little bit longer, because right now Infused seem to be able to hold on, especially to that mid flag. And look at that. Not only are they holding on to B, but they're shutting down everyone from Dig that tries to get near that flag.
Look at this positioning. I just love seeing the way Infused are positioning themselves. They know what I tell you what they're doing right. As someone who's only really seeing the Infused in these 2 games, they're doing very well. Is just knowing when to give up. Dignitas haven't done that. They see A site, they see its kind of vulnerability, and they just admit, okay, right, we've lost A. What can we do other than A? And that's what I think they're doing better than Dignitas.
No, I think that's a pretty good read, and I think Dignitas, I've always said in a few of their casts, they're kind of like a rabid dog. They just keep attacking and don't really know when to give up the ghost and kind of back off, and right now you can kind of see that reflected, and they keep getting wiped at flags, and no one spends enough time being a spawn beacon for the rest of the team, and now Infused with his BA hold and the upper balcony with Revo, this is the best hold in the game.
This is the best hold. The positioning as well favours them greatly, as now Dignitas, look at their spawns. They're going to be dropped far back, unless, of course, there is going to be a squad spawn on. Whoever that was next to Jerk has kind of saved the day in regards to spawning, but it's not going to be regards to tickets. There's only 14 remain for Dignitas.
Yeah, but this is a chance, in a way. They need to just, like, clear out Enkel, get onto B. Yep. And just try and bleed off some tickets, but Infused know it's coming. I
said, look, knowing when to give up. Enkel could have gone in to try and contest that capture. Instead, sat back like a wise old man, despite his only being 16, and just knowing, hang on, my team will be here shortly, let's go together. And at the moment, it's not actually paying off for them. Look at the way Dignitas are positioning themselves on B. 4 tickets, though, it's very, very much all over in this first half. And now we're going to simply just sit and back and look at that ticket count go down. 3 tickets remain. So this lead is going to be a very big for the second half for Infused.
Yeah, definitely. And Dig kind
82.
Of left out that B flag, expecting the pressure to come from the sides. And Hadouken with a lovely nade kill on Giggly just busted open that flag. And Giggly gets a respawn back in, but he's completely outgunned here.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. And you know, I was going to say 81 tickets is a big lead. We had 1 ticket lead, and that didn't seem to do much in regards to the final result. I mean, you saw Infused in the second half. Completely different side. Could we see a whole different Dignitas in the second half of this one?
Well, they will have the easier side, and that's something that's going to be very, very important for them. But they need a strong start, and that's something they didn't get there. They just got smashed at the beginning there.
There's no denying that.
And then it took a lot of time for them to find their feet. Eventually, they got back into it. It started to even out. It looked like a closer game. But man, they'd lost so many tickets already, but it was such an uphill struggle after that. And, you know, it really just take them too long to just do anything.
It certainly seems that way. I think, like I was saying before about the holding the sites, what would you say Infused were doing right that Dignitas weren't doing, other than this kind of rabid dog you were saying about the attacking?
I think you read it quite well when you said that they're not backing off sometimes. And that's easy to do when you have the bleed. You don't have the bleed, you've got to go on the attack, and that leaves you open to some very easy.
That's a good point.
Kind of, you know, murder streaks. You know you're attacking the flag. Yeah. Everyone knows you're attacking the flag. You get spotted, and then someone just comes up behind you and wipes out everyone spawning. And that's something that would happen quite a few times. I was watching. They were jumping down from the connector in the middle, getting up right behind, and just cleaning up what was at one point a very closely fought game. But one guy gets behind, goes all over to one side.
So like you said before, we're going to see a big determinant of the way this game goes in the very first 10-15 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll let you explain exactly why. But basically, if we see the triple cap we saw earlier, I think this game's going to be really hard to claw back for Dignitas.
Yeah, it's a lot of tickets. Dig need a strong start. They need to wipe Infused out at this B flag almost immediately. Yeah. This B flag is going to be the important one unless, and here's the thing, Infused might not bother playing that game. They know how far ahead they are. They might just play a very aggressive forward game coming through the buildings. But I've got a feeling they're going to just play as safe as possible.
So let's have a little look what's going to happen on this B site. We see this, the 4 players v 4 players. There's going to be a huge exchange of fire. No one going down as of yet. Nades going left, right and center, and the B site is most definitely going to be under scrutiny from both sides. Health packs for the regen. Looking
so many nades.
So many nades. As yet to see a real kind of clear winner. Obviously Dignitas are kind of capturing it, but for how long is the question? As C-Site has gone completely uncaptured. That shows just how much Dignitas wanted B-Site.
Yeah, and I think that's a big mistake. And there's only one guy left at B, and he got shut down. And
huge mistake.
Finishing it off, and Dig didn't have a good start.
No. Wow. So Dignitas, they did everything within their power to hold that B site. So much so they forgot about C. And by the time they kind of woke up and said, let's go get C, they'd lost B.
I think it was a conscious decision to try and overwhelm as much as possible. But unfortunately for them, Infused were out of that gate much quicker and getting into a solid position. And now we're almost looking at almost extra time in our previous round as Dig is stuck at C and not able to break through.
Yeah, it's like it's very much a mirror of what we had just seen. It's kind of it's upsetting, really, just thinking that Dignitas feel like they're in the same thing they've just been in. They thought they had a fresh start, and this fresh start has only brought them the same thing they've just been in for 200 tickets. So yet again, that bleed is very much real. Only 1 ticket lost for the Infused side. Meanwhile, just watch that number disappear as Dignitas are really desperate for a solution.
Yeah, and you can see Infused are trying to keep their unbeaten streak going as long as possible. Not dropped a single game in their entire way through this tournament. And man, they're just showing why they're so good. They've got such good teamwork and a long time practicing together. It's just showing up completely in this gameplay.
Certainly is. And hello, Enkel. Enkel's just stealthed his way onto C. Going to be just capping that without any attention from Revo. Revo's looking at B and A. Okay, so that defense has not happened. Infused letting that one slip away from the attack. Maybe Jerk's going to do something about it this time?
Well, they need to do something about upper balcony. They've not really gone for it at all in this game, and there's probably a reason for it. They don't have enough players to spare. And right now, Infused, it's just constant cold of this bleed. And did Enkel just get a Magnum kill? I heard a Magnum kill.
We've seen a lot of Magnum kills.
Man, Magnums are like, you know, in other games you got the sniper. Any kind of one-shot weapon, it is that. Battlefield's favourite weapon for pros.
Shutdowns. Yeah.
And every time ever I cast a game, the players are like, did you catch the bit where I killed the guy with the Magnum? Oh my god, I was so good.
Well, Phantom's doing some serious cleanup work on this A site. Meanwhile, of course, C is going to be under scrutiny from Hadouken. Jerk looking to capture it, but Nades are trying to take Jerk down. He's just holding on with that health kit. He's going to get pushed by Hadouken. Wise play, and he secures that for Infused. In the meantime, of course, over there we see a 2v2 merging on this A site. Let's see who comes out on top. Of course, it is Sneaky who's going to be going down, and Infused just defending and attacking so well, and that is a trip cap. That is a severe bleed. And I really see, is that a complete wipe as well?
Complete wipe.
Yeah, complete wipe. 5 Dignitas members lying on the floor, wondering what they did wrong.
Yeah, it's so difficult in this map. If you don't get a firm footing on a flag and a spread out, it's so easy to just get caught out from so many different angles. And that's kind of what's been happening here. And Infused have only lost 5 tickets in this round, and they're trying to close this series out really early.
I do not believe. I've just pressed tab. 5 kills so far have emerged for the Dignitas side. This seems like kind of a sign of a team that may have given up. I don't want to say that word. It's a big scary word to say, especially in esports. But it feels like they've given up.
Yeah, they're trying. They are pushing these flags, but the problem is Infused are just in better positions all the time because they're playing defensive. Because they've got all the flags all the time. From the start out to now, they've just always had the bleed on their side, and Dig have always been playing catch-up, and they're just getting mowed down every time they push forward.
Certainly are. So right now, it's still coming up roses at the moment. B is under scrutiny, though. Dignitas is kind of... Well, it's always Sneaky. I say Dignitas. The man who's charging onto the sites, the man who's trying to make things happen is Sneaky. And C has just made B happen, stopping that bleed. Kind of rubbing a bandage over it. I think it's seeing GG's in chat.
Yeah, it is GG. Digger tapping out, and Infused are going to be your champions, I think. Tickets are still going, but I think it's as good as done.
Who was saying GG? I think it was something that Dignitas were expecting for a while, but the start of this map really determined where this was going. Infused just kind of took hold of this second half and were like, yeah, we're going to keep doing what we were doing. They weren't phased. They just treated it like exactly what they were doing again, but with a little short interval between it.
Yeah, definitely. And MVC going to be the last guy leaving the server, but there you go. Infused are your champions, and they didn't drop a single series in this entire tournament.
So Infused the team to watch.
Definitely for this cup, they've just been unstoppable. No one's been able to come close.
No way. And I mean, I have to give an honourable mention to Enkel. I felt like ever since he's entered the server, he was doing complete and total damage. Maybe not so much in this map, but well, in this half. But the first half, he was kind of the real kind of start of all the damage.
Yeah, he's just been doing so much damage for Infused in general, and I've got a feeling he's going to be doing a lot of. I think he's going to be one of those FPS players that's just going to stick around for a while. He's always going to be, but you're going to see the same with the entire Infused guys. I think they are just damn good.
And you said they're young. Oh, well, Enkel's young. And so that's something that we like to see, is that younger talent in Battlefield.
Yeah, and you do see that every so often. They come through things like the ESL Versus, and it's just a good way to get into the competitive scene, and that's where they started. And man, I thought maybe, especially after the first round on Locker, I thought, man, we're in for a really close few games here.
Yeah.
And then Infused just stepped it up a notch and blew Dig out of the water.
Yeah, and you say blue Dig, a crippled Dignitas. They definitely didn't have their full lineup. So for those of you watching who didn't catch the kind of breakdown of what was going on, Dignitas were working, is it 2 mercenaries?
Well,
oh, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd say Mark's a mercenary in every way, but I mean, NBC's just he's a Dignitas member. So.
Okay, yeah, so
and
not their full lineup.
He has filled in plenty of times.
He's
not their full lineup, no. But yeah, Infused though are just so damn strong.
It was impressive, yeah. Less Dignitas failing, more Infused just being very hard to beat. So big stuff from Infused. I'm sure. So this has. What do they take home exactly? It's in this Razer tournament. It's 500 cash.
500 cash.
500 cash. Everyone could do with 500 cash, I'm sure. These are running all the time. I think you can check on the ESL website for the next date. But do get your teams into that one, and we'll look forward to the next tournament. But obviously, though, from us, that's the grand final. That was all of us done.
That is it.
Well, we're wrapped up.
And Infused going a perfect 100% record. 100%.
Yeah, in fact, can we put those stats up on screen just so people can see that win rate hasn't changed? The Infused win rate.
And the birthday boy.
Look at that. Oh,
I think
15.
Yeah, it's 15 now, isn't it? Oh no, it would be even more because
they won a couple of other games.
2 games today.
Hey, it's his birthday. It's his birthday.
Yeah, but we've already proven he would rather be behind there doing it than up here talking. So I'll just shout at him.
All round though, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure for you guys. If anyone that stuck from the beginning, I think we have to say thank you, because we've had lots of delays, players, servers, mice, things, everything was going wrong. But for those of you that stuck with us, for those of you that enjoyed us later, maybe big thank you to you. I've been Machine. We brought you some big ESL Battlefield tournament. I enjoyed it. I thought that was good fun. Yeah,
no, I was a bit worried, but Infused were just gonna maybe not even make it to the final, and there you go. Not only that, they don't drop a single series the entire thing, and that's quite impressive.
It really is, yeah. So one last look at the brackets before we say goodbye. You can see the route that every team took. Obviously, we had Dignitas in the final. They first took on Intense and took on and beat Animate as well, and of course, the way Infused got in. Yeah,
and well, what are you going to say? Too fast to Jesus, I thought maybe might have upset everyone, but Infused just too strong right now.
Very strong.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do when a team like that just turns up? Good coordination, doesn't seem to phase them. Too good.
Too good. Well, this has been us. I've been Machine.
And I've been Doug.
We've had lots of fun. Be sure to catch us next time.